everyone. Happy 2023. Happy June 2023. So this is just an intro to the monthlies, just to let you know that I'm back to work again, although I never really stopped working, but I'm back to work on YouTube. And if you wanted to book a reading, all my information is in the description box below the video, where there is a link to the website. And just to remind you, the name of the channel will be changing soon, so I'll be putting the old name in brackets. And but I don't know if I'm doing it yet, but it'll happen at some point. And then what else do I need to say? If you do want to book, please look at the website and read the booking instructions, just to make everything easier, so we don't have to go back and forth with emails. Because I don't like to be in my ego, having to think about things. I like to be let go. That's it. All right. Have a lovely month. I hope the monthlies help you out. Lots of love. Bye. Aquarius June 2023. Okay, so they're showing me. Okay, it's a lot going on. There's like a unicycle. That's a bicycle with one wheel. Got someone sitting on top of that. But they look like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Through the Looking Glass, or whatever it is, whichever one of those it is from. Not sure which one. And juggling. The juggling is a rainbow, and there's loads of smaller images on the rainbow. Got a unicorn, that's one I can see. There's a couple of things like a Pokemon, is it? Or like a Disney character kind of things. Basically really childish, fun images being juggled along a rainbow. And we'll just get these cards out here. Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, and Strength card. So this image that I've got, also the person's got headphones on as well, like big headphones, is like spiritual transformation, basically, is what it means. And it's coming through joy and happiness. It's a headspace, they just said. So it's a lot of space in your head for things to, for expansion. So it feels like you're going to be really clear-headed this month. You're going to feel like you've got, they're saying, getting things off your agenda. So you're going to feel like you've got a lot of stuff cleared, like maybe clearing to-do lists or things that you've had to get done are suddenly getting done. And in this is like a release. So everything happens in its own timing, right? So sometimes we feel really blocked and we can't do things or get things finished. And sometimes it can feel frustrating that we can't get things done. But sometimes we're not meant to be doing anything. So, and so things won't get done in that case. And you'll just be sitting there and nothing gets done and it's all the same every day. And that itself can feel quite constricting, you know, the pressure of that. Like, when are things going to change, and when are they going to be different, and when are these things going to change in my life? It feels like this month for you, there's some kind of release going on. They're saying freedom, that gives you the freedom inside yourself to feel a lot better. The juggling, all right, I think it's a lot of things getting done, you know, it's all up in the air. And it feels like fun, because maybe these things are just like, you're like, oh, finally I'm getting this done and I'm getting this done. And it's getting it off your agenda, which can feel like a really good feeling, right? So maybe, in fact, the reason you were stopped from doing things, well, there might be a lot to that, which we can't go into in one short video. But maybe the reason it's all getting done at the same time, or all coming up at once to get done, is so that you can have the feeling that it delivers. Because, you know, vibrational self will guide you into whatever you need to deliver you whatever you need. So the feeling of everything happening at once and that being a really good feeling will generate something else after that that comes from that good feeling. So I feel like this is what's happening this month, and it's just going to feel so good. It feels like the lid getting taken off something. It feels like your head expanding inside. It feels like smiling and freedom and joy and happiness. And it feels like almost like the unicycle. I think it's like a trickster. It's almost like a trick, like a trick of the mind, like so that you can feel great all of a sudden, which will bring something great from that feeling. So you have literally been brought to a position now by your vibrational self, where vibrational self is like, okay, this is the big one. This is the time for like lots of activity and joy and happiness in all this activity. And but the trick is, because the unicycle, right, is a one straight line, and that feels like point of attraction. The trick is actually getting you into your point of attraction, and that's why you were stopped from doing all this stuff for a long time, was because we were just saving it till last. We, as in vibrational self, saving it all so we could add it all up, so we could bring it all in, and that's the trick of it. That's the trick of bringing you into your point of attraction. So the unicycle is point of attraction, right, and all the stuff getting done that's being juggled is actually part of bringing you into that. And also because you have got enough, you have been brought to 0 point of attraction far enough to then activate even more in that point of attraction. So we've got Ace of Swords, communicating, Page of Wands, which is vibrational self, and remembering in vibrational self is everything and everyone that's ever existed, or whatever else you want to say is out there, is all in vibrational self. So it's not you, it's everything. Just to remind you of that. It's guidance, basically. If you wanted to call it spiritual guidance, you could, but you're narrowing it down. Just open that up and say it's oneness, it's freedom, it's liberation. You could say higher self, but in that you might as well let go of that and say it's source energy and everything that's contained there for within that. It's light. This is vibrational self here. And then we got Strength card, which is the infinite connection between masculine and feminine. So this is the ego and the let go. And the let go as in source, higher self, the feeling good for no reason at all. The ego is the manipulation of the physical dimension through the use of the brain. If you want to put it in its highest understanding, that's where you want to be with it. So it feels like this month what's being brought in for you is to utilize your brain again in a way that is beneficial to you completely, because it feels like it's going to bring you a lot of happiness and joy to use your brain. That's the best thing the brain can do, right? Because it's not the negativity of like the pain ego that's worrying and stressing. It's like let me do this and I can do this and I'll do it this way, and and it's achieving a result with like a lot of heightened energy. So it feels like you've been utilizing your ego this month in a really good way, vibrationally a good way. This Strength card, the infinite connection, is vibrational. So it's like what you bring in from your vibrational self, or you call it the vibrational vortex. So I like to see it as a vibrational self, which is point of attraction, which is I see that as the Ace of Wands, because it's really easy image, right? And then so that's your point of attraction, right? That you arrive in at some point, maybe in and out. And then your vortex, your vibrational vortex, is literally just around you, and it's everything. It's a bit like the that image in The Wizard of Oz, the tornado, where everything's circling her in the tornado, Dorothy in the tornado. So it's everything that you've ever desired circling you in this vibrational vortex. So, so here, this vibrational connection is like your guidance, your vibrational self, bringing you into your vibrational vortex, basically, by use of the ego. So the more that you get done in a fulfilling and satisfactory way, the more fulfilled and satisfied you feel. the more that you can then even bring more from your vibrational vortex. So it does feel like you have saved up, without you maybe knowing it from an egoic perspective, but your vibrational part of you has saved up these jobs that need to be done, all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, strength card 8, number 8, to get all this stuff done at once to make you feel even better, so that you can be even more like satisfied with being alive, so that you can feel really like on top of life, like, yeah, this is what it's all about, feeling in your body, physically in your body, using your brain, ticking things off lists, getting things into the outbox. The same from like the biggest to the smallest, everybody's got different stuff they have to do. So some could be selling houses, some could be moving, but or packing up boxes, things like that, getting rid of things, maybe selling things, getting jobs done around the house, whatever it is, selling on the car, getting, looking for a new car, buying a new car, things that you've been held back from. And then we've got the Lovers coming out. So all about divine love process. So that's one thing your vibrational self will do during your process, is will hang on to something big so that you can bring something big. It'll hang on to some big jobs that need doing so you can get those done, feel great about that, and doing that brings you something even bigger that's hanging out in your vibrational vortex, waiting to come in through the feeling of you completing some task that makes you feel even better than you felt before. So I think that's what's going on for you this month. We've got King of Pentacles in the middle. That's the form of a masculine. So that'll be your twin flame if you're watching this, if you're a twin flame. And then we've got Page of Cups, which is love coming in. And small amount, like the first stage of love, basically. A small step in love. 3 of Swords, growth through pain, and Strength cards. So this is stuff that you've been held back from. Very definitely, because it has not felt good to not be able to get this stuff done. It's felt like you're in a position in life, as in inside of yourself a lot of resistance. Like, why can't I do this? Why am I not being allowed to move in this direction? Why am I held here in this position, in this holding pattern? You're in a holding pattern because you are the eternal connection between masculine and feminine. And you are here to, first of all, understand that, to work through that, to clear that in both twins, and then to be able to come into a position where you are cleared of all the pain that you went through, to manifest your end result, which is here in the middle. This is the heart of the matter. So all this stuff that you're held back from, it's almost like you are the 8, right? Is the movement that goes through twin flame connection. So it goes from the masculine to the feminine to the masculine, and just continues like that, back and forth as the process goes on. And it's almost like around there, because they've got it's a shared vibration between two people, and around them is the vibrational vortex. So it's a shared vibrational vortex with all these things in. There's only certain things you're going to be allowed to get done, because some of them are only compatible with the two of you coming together, right? So it's maybe at the last point of you coming together, the 0 point here, relating to the masculine made form, that these will be unlocked. It's just like a game, you're like leveling up in a video game. Like some tasks will be unlocked for you to do to bring something else. So, that's why things are put off. Feels like you're not allowed to do things. So there's pain in there, but it's growth through pain. And then what have we got here? 6 of Swords, letting go, guided, let go. So it's definitely getting things off your agenda. It's just going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel like, it's a relief. There's going to be a feeling of let go. It's going to generate a feeling of let go. So within twin flame connection, the feeling that has to be generated is the feeling of let go. It's the feeling of release. It's the feeling of the release of all the tension, of all the resistance that is opposed to manifestation. So you will no doubt be saved some stuff up, so that you're in so the resistance is still there, right? So that you can go for the big one right at the end and release all the resistance to physical union. Because we've got him physical right in the middle. We've got communication there, Ace of Swords. And then we've got Hermit, which is wisdom and knowledge. And also these things are going to have to be get off your plate, have been held on to, so that you can feel resistance in not getting them done, so that you can clear resistance through the pain, right? And then they can all be let go of when it's time for physical reunion, because the job is done. So they just need to be, then these jobs get done, because there's no need for them anymore, no need to be hanging on to the resistance. And it's all let go of, and it's all done, and you're free, basically, and you're free to move forward into love. And then what's underneath? This is expansion as well through the head, High Priestess. So this is like the freedom that's coming in your head. It's a huge let go coming for you this month, basically. Whatever these tasks are, I don't know, it's different for everybody, right? Might be something that is not even relevant to, it's not like a twin flamey thing. It's not a spiritual thing. It's something like cleaning out the fridge, or finally fixing the broken window in the bathroom. Something like that. Things like that. It's going to be different for everyone, but it's just going to be suddenly, or an answer comes, and then you find the right person for the job, basically, to get the job done, that gets it off your plate. And it's a feeling of freedom that comes from that, and a release. And they're saying, like, perfect release. So that's what it looks like for you this month, Aquarius. I'm going to leave you with that. Lots of love. See you next time.